I'm Bob Mills here with Orlando Solar Bears head coach Vince Williams on your Orlando Solar Bears Hockey Network. Coach had a good relationship with both of the affiliates last season, both up in Minnesota and in Toronto. Can you talk about the affiliations and how you feel they interacted with the Solar Bears last year?
You know, Toronto was very forthright in getting us some players here. It came down and Wade McLeod and Yo and you know, obviously with Gibson and Sparks and you know, two young goalies, and you know, we knew that. I mean, we know that that's something that, you know, they're big believers in developing, and you know, we feel that, you know, developing and winning go hand in hand, and you know, that they know that there's a great hockey culture down here and that these players are getting better, and no different than Iowa. I mean, you know, you have John Curry to start the year here. Next thing you know, he's in the NHL by the end of the year. I mean, that's great for you know, any player in our dressing room to be able to see that that's even possible to be done, and it has. So
now that the dust has settled a little bit from the NHL draft, and certainly wouldn't ask you to name any players specifically, but have you started to have conversations with the affiliations about some players that might end up here?
You know, you can project a lot of players, but like I said, there's so many moving parts that happen, and injuries, and you know, that's always something where, you know, to protect our interests as an organization, you have to put together a team, you know, based on as if you're not getting anybody, you know, and so, but you know, the good news is, you know, we've had good communication, and both kind of, you know, had the opportunity to be able to, you know, address some certain needs that we feel that can help us, and if there's a player out there that, you know, can add an element that we're looking for and they can help us with that, that's great. I mean, it works for both sides, so you know, which they're both open to.
Cody Reichert was put on the Orlando Solar Bears protected list. We saw him make a number of highlight reel saves last season. What's the plan as of right now when you start to look at goaltending for next year?
Well, that falls into the affiliation category. I mean, a lot of the times when, you know, when you do have affiliations, I mean, they always, part of it is the number one position that they want to utilize is the goaltending spot. So, you know, we have to kind of see where we're at as far as, you know, what we finalize, and then take it from there. But you know, at the same time too, it's, you know, we'd be more comfortable if we knew that we were going to have some stability in nets, and you know, feel like we can, you know, have a goalie that can come in and play 40 games, and you know, and obviously with the affiliations, that's something where, you know, once we finalize all that, we'll have a better idea for sure.
Shaping up to be a very exciting season here in Orlando. The All-Star Game will be happening here in January. This will also be the first time in the 3-year history of the team that the very first game of the year will be on home ice. What are you most looking forward to for opening night and then through the All-Star Game?
Well, opening night is exciting. I mean, it's obviously, you know, with the energy and the atmosphere and the support of the fans, it's one of the best games of the year to play. This couldn't be in any better location or organization to put on the All-Star Game. It'll be first class all the way, and you know, that's also exciting, you know, for our players, because, you know, it's also exposure, you know, and the ECHL and the city of Orlando, and the fans too. So everyone benefits from that. And I think it'll be a great, you know, a great week, you know, leading up to it, and everything that goes along with it. And
interesting quirk in the schedule early on, a very lengthy road trip through almost all of November and then the early part of December. How do you get through a road trip like that and set yourself up for success for the rest of the year?
But I think it's a great challenge, and it's no better way to get your team closer together this early in the year is to have that. So, you know, when I first heard of it, I didn't really blink much of an eye to it. I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest with you, because I don't think it is a factor for me or for our team, you know. And so, you know, but to others, it might be something that they may feel that people can take advantage of, other teams, but I'm not really concerned about it, because I feel pretty confident about the guys we have in our dressing room and the way that they take care of themselves, and, you know, their conditioning. That's going to certainly, you know, help with getting through that. So, you know, it might be a little bit long on the bus at nights, but, you know, it's a good way to get everyone together early, you know. But I think it's an exciting challenge that you can put in front of your team early.
Coach, always appreciate the time. I'm Bob Mills. He's Orlando Solar Bears head coach Vince Williams, right here on your Orlando Solar Bears Hockey Network.